is it a direct reply?
Okay, so if you retweet it,
Mm.
all of the people following them, yeah, and
We'll
you
see it.
together
Yeah,
will see it. All the people following you will see it.
yeah.
And therefore, they might be curious and think, who the heck are you? If
So
you,
that's the thing to do. So you retweet basically.
yeah, it depends on how long it is. Um, if they've said something nice and you want to put a comment on it, then retweet it. Absolutely. If it's too bloody
Oh, it's just
long or it seems quite personal and private, then just reply and say thanks very much.
yeah. No, it was just a thank you. So that's okay. And the final one, um, on LinkedIn, when you, because that's where I was doing most of my looking and working originally,
Mm.
um, where you've got people and they've got links. How do you retweet from a LinkedIn um, comment? Particularly if they're, and I've checked and they're not on Twitter themselves. So do you just copy and paste that link?
Oh, right, okay. So, what you're trying to do is tweet a link that you found on LinkedIn. Yes, you would. You would have to go to the link,
Yeah.
copy the link, put it in your Hootsuite, shorten it, and paste it.
Okay, and in that way, and what do you do about mentioning the individual? Because if they're not on Twitter and I can't find them, do you just mention their name?
You can mention them by name if you want to attribute where you found it.
Yeah, but if they are on Twitter, put the at whoever it is bit.
Yes, you
Yeah.
get for.
Okay, okay, that's cool.
No, it's cool, and I'm going to mention that today actually because it's getting far more out of it by including other people. Does
Okay,
that make sense?
super, super. I've just got a Skype message from a new voicemail. I wonder who that's from. We've got problems with our television. We've all moved home at the minute. We all moved from the office.
Oh, right, have you? I didn't realise.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, okay, there we go. Right, it's all a bit of a cock up. I'm back with you now, girlie.
That's all right,
Loving it.
dear. We still don't have Marlena. I am.
Should I try and Skype her?
Yeah, that would be cool. I can Skype.
I'll send her a message.
That's cool. I've
Marlena, where? Oh, she's not online.
No, I looked earlier and she wasn't either. But not the end of the world. I am actually recording this on Camtasia today because yesterday is recorded. How the heck we convert it is a nightmare. So I've handed it over to my good friend Dave Griffin, and when he gets 5 minutes this morning, he's going to convert it all. We have got
Okay.
yesterday's recording, which is a good thing, um, but it's very annoying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see how it goes. We'll get there in the end. Hey.
We will. I'm just seeing if I can find uh, recording for this. Hmm. This is a pain in the neck, this system. I remembered now why we trashed it. But hey. Right, so, Marlene's not here. I am recording this on Camtasia because, and I'm just going to check I am. Yep, we've done 3 minutes. That's fine, as you do. Um, and so what I'm going to do now is we're going to work on hashtags and tagging
Okay.
today and basically getting more reach out of the tweet, so being smarter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I'm just going to hide my control panel. Problem with doing that, I might see Marlena coming on the left, so that's fine. I'll see her when she comes in on the left. And then I won't miss out like I did yesterday with Chris coming in. So I'm going to scoot across and find out what the heck are hashtags. Can you see my screen, Peter?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm going to give you this nice little link here. No, I'm not, because the blinking thing's just disappeared. That basically says what the heck are hashtags. Now, I know you sort of understand this because you have heard about them before, and
Sure.
you've seen varying things about them before. So I'm just going to give you this. In fact, I'm going to give it to you all because we've got a nice little group thing going on here. No, we haven't. Where's my recent ones gone? I'll put it in the group in a second, but essentially what I want you to do is go through and read this page in your own time that gives you a much more in-depth look at using hashtags and what the heck they're all about. Okay?
You want me to read that now?
No.
Or
Essentially,
stage?
all it is a way of helping other people find each other, helping people find each other. So
Yeah,
it's
you went dead there. You went dead for a good while there, Amanda. What was it? Do you want me to read this now, or is it for a later when
you
we
can
finish?
have a look at it later. I'm just going to post it in the group. So there's your link, gone in the group. Yeah, and it says for later reading. Is that okay?
Okay, mate. Yeah.
So that's now posted in your group. But essentially, all a hashtag is a way of you putting a signal up to somebody that says, I'm talking about this, and they're probably listening for it. So do you remember in Hootsuite we have our streams that we listen for? Can't believe I don't have Hootsuite open. You can have a hashtag stream. So we've done a stream for CIPD. If you do a stream for CIPD with a hashtag, are you getting different tweets?
Yeah, I imagine you are, aren't you?
I would imagine you are, and you're possibly also getting different people. So can you just go into Hootsuite for me?
Yeah, for some reason I can't see any of my screen. I can see you. It's probably because I'm. Hang on, let me do that. Because I maximised the picture, now I can't see anything of mine.
If you
How do you do that?
if you click on your Alt button, which is on your bottom line, it's fourth from the left on mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you click your tab button at the same time, it will tab you through other things on your screen, on your computer that are open.
Alt and not return, but
No, tab. It's the one with left and right arrows on it, or it should say tab.
Oh,
And it's probably the third line down on the far left hand side.
that's got the alt button.
My keyboard is getting an upgrade list. Well, an upgrade, that isn't right. It's getting some new keys on it later today.
Now that's a bit of a bugger because I'm not seeing. I'm seeing you, but I can't get back to where I want to be.
Okay.
I've got your control panel, which is fine. I am not. That's a bugger, really.
Okay, what did you press?
Well, I just pressed the maximise the screen on your thing, and then it, or on my screen, it just came up with yours. Mine's now disappeared, and I can't get it back.
So, if at the top of your screen, if you go and wiggle your mouse over in the top right hand corner, does it have a minimise button on it? That's not showing until you actually put your mouse over it.
It's not showing anything.
Oh.
Wherever I put my mouse, it is not anywhere on the screen. All I've got is a black border all the way around your screen. And I'm not... Should we dial in again?
You can dial in again, that's fine. Off you go and I'll put you back on.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I don't know how to get out of this screen, that's all.
Ah, yeah, okay. Can you press escape?
Yeah. There we go. Hang on. Ooh, stay where we are. Don't do anything. Now we're there. We're okay. We're okay. We're back online. Escape's the one that's done it.
Can we write that down? Useful
Escape.
things to remember.
Well, it's like the on-off button, isn't it? It's like the on-off button. So let me go into Hootsuite. I am now in Hootsuite.
Fantastic.
And what did you want me to do? Go to the CIPD on Twitter.
Yep. So go to your search button, your search bar in the top right-hand corner. Yeah. So yeah. I'm up here. And if you
just let me check to see what I've got already. It might be hashtag CIPD.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's hashtag CIPD.
Okay, take the hashtag out and see if you get something different. So I'll do the two searches and see what comes up on mine,
So
and then
I'll
I'll
just
get
do
you to do
search
it.
CIPD. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the search for the hashtag, which is giving me Bradfield Group, Urban.
Hang on, I've got to skip between screens because I can't see
Okay.
what you're doing now. So. No, now it's saying download complete. I haven't got your screen anymore. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Yeah, okay, got your screen. Yeah, you've got hashtag CIPD, and mine comes up with a different look actually for those people. But my original search was for hashtag CIPD, so I'm sure that's what I'll be getting.
Okay,
I
so
recognise all those names, all those things on there that are already on mine. Yeah.
right, so the two with the hashtag and without the hashtag are two very separate streams. So if you've saved the hashtag CIPD one, next
Yeah.
to it, can you save the one without the hashtag, and you will see two very different things.
Okay, just let me go to that. If I go to my Hootsuite and save as a stream, yeah, it is different.
So they're going to give you two very different focus groups.
Yeah, the names actually, because I've been working on them for a while, are recognisable in terms of similar people coming through. But hey ho, that's the way it is. At least we've got two cracks at the whip.
What you're going to likely to find with the hashtag CIPD are those people are more focused and understand the power of using that hashtag. So they know that people are going to be looking for that hashtag.
Right.
Now, they can still be found even if they just mention CIPD without the hashtag, but they're more likely to be doing it in that manner. Can you also see that they're using other ones in here as well? So they're using networking.
Hang on, let me go back to you then, because I've got to switch around. Yeah, go on.
It's all right. You can read it in your own screen because if you've got the same content, it's fine.
Okay.
But you can see that we've got hashtag networking here. Now,
Yeah.
that's going to give you a whole heap of people that are really not your target market. So that's probably not one I would recommend. But their L&D potentially is one of your hashtags.
Certainly is, yeah.
They're also using, this guy here is using people chat. So it might be worthwhile checking out what people chat is because there were a couple here that are using that.
I'm making it. So check out hashtag people chat.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's have a look and see what else is coming up in here. Connecting HR. Yeah. Now, also, there's a blog post here that Steve Bridger is talking about a CIPD's new strategy. So that's possibly one for you to go and investigate and put on your useful things list. And
so what's the useful things list?
So if you create a useful things list of things to retweet.
Oh, okay. Let me just. I don't know about that one. Create. And where do you do that?
You can do it anywhere you want, actually, Peter. Wherever's very, very helpful to you. So I use down here Notepad.
Okay.
And you could use a Word document, but whatever.
So anyway, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not to do with Hootsuite. That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's not something within Hootsuite. You just save it anywhere. Okay, that's okay. Fine, got that.
Because you're always going to come across stuff as you flitting about online, and things that you see from other people. Now, this is also good content for you. There are some CIPD People Management Awards. Yeah. So again, that's content that is useful for you to retweet or.
Why would you think that would be interesting? Just because it's people in the industry who've got recognition for what they do.
Yes.
And then by retweeting that, they will see it, and the people that they're following them will see it, and the
Yes.
people that are following me will see it.
Yeah, and you're also championing best practice and rewarding people for doing well. And they're going to come and find you because they obviously realise you're part of the tribe, if you like. You're part of them. Yeah, you're on the same wavelength. You're talking to the same people. You're helping people with no reason for a benefit or reward or anything. So you're being
I see.
accepted within the group.
Yeah, it's a funny, and I've got to say, this whole concept of doing things in that sort of way, it's not alien to me because I'm a very caring person, but you don't normally do that in business. I mean,
No.
it's not a thing that we're used to. So I'm looking for some of I'm looking for things that might be of interest, and there's lots of these just qualified stuff, and
Mm.
well done, and all the rest of the game. And my own belief is that, well, geez, would anybody be really interested in seeing if I retweeted it through to my Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn?
Mm.
But the answer is, it's not just those people; it's the
Mm.
people that they're also following that will see it.
What you're doing is, yes, you are a caring person, but we're all very much we look after the people around us normally, and actually we look after most people if we're honest. We're always polite and helpful to people that are around because that's in our nature. But what we don't tend to do is treat people in business the same as we treat people that we know very well. And
No, we don't.
and
No, it's
some
absolutely true.
and some of the things we're doing here are things that we would ordinarily be reserving for those people in the inner circle. And these people aren't. It's just a very, very odd mind shift.
It is, and I think a lot of this is mind shift. It's about understanding. It's not that you see. I know we're talking offline, things here, but it's just I'm trying to give you a view of where I come from,
Mm.
having done sort of sales management, and all the rest of it for 40 years. You sort of you're into a track. Well, I make a phone call for a specific reason. I either want an appointment, I'm trying to close a deal or whatever. Generally, it's been trying to arrange an appointment. So it's not this. How are you today? I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. Anyway, all right, okay, fine, good. We won't rattle on about that because I'm taking up your
No,
time. Okay, good.
but I agree where you're coming from. Absolutely, completely
Okay.
agree where you're coming from. It's very difficult. And you know what? You've got to get your head around personal, private, and public. Personal is absolutely that completely and utterly. It's between you and very close people, and they may actually be clients that you've got to know over 40 years. Um,
Yeah.
and so that's your private thing. That's your completely personal thing. Anything that's private shouldn't be on anything online. Really shouldn't ever be there. And
No, I agree.
public, um, well, public is out there for the world to see. So it, it should be strategic, but mostly it's just being you. And you actually then get into a habit of, like you open the door automatically for somebody behind you, like you offer to, help somebody carry something up some stairs or whatever it happens to be. You get into a way of doing stuff online, and that's what we need to make automatic. So you don't have to think to look, you don't have to think to put hashtags in, you don't have to think, right, who's going to see this, because you'll know automatically that it's actually opening it to the greater world. Yeah.
But if I retweet something from my um, if I'm sorry, just thinking, if I retweet something and I then include, my streams, which are my Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter streams, all those people that I know will get that. So, for instance, on the CIPD one,
Mm.
that's hashtag CIPD. So that would automatically go to all those people, wouldn't it, who are looking for hashtag CIPD?
Yes, and also if you look at, can you see my screen at the minute, or are you looking at yours?
I'm looking at yours, yeah.
Excellent. Right. So if I posted something up here with the hashtag, actually, why don't I do that? So I've put two hashtags in here. One of them is for hashtags on its own. Yeah? And then if I tag you, so that little tweet there,
Yeah.
anybody who's looking for the hashtags, which they will, which is a bit silly, because they want to know what the heck they're all about, so that's why they're looking for it, and how they relate to CIPD. So I'm now going to come up in your CIPD search, your hashtag CIPD search, yeah? And I've also just tagged you, okay? So, anybody who's following both you and I, anybody who's following this hashtag or that hashtag, or anybody who's following me in any of my capacities on any of these. So on Twitter, what I've just said is all of those things. On LinkedIn, that will post through my normal LinkedIn stream. So even if the people are not on Twitter, which the chances are they're not, I do have a small overlap. But the chances are the however many people, I don't know, 1,800 or whatever the heck I'm connected to on LinkedIn, happen to see the opportunity, happen to have the opportunity to see that. So I have two LinkedIn groups. Now I'm going to take those off because that's not where I want them to go. That's the Facebook fan page. So the chances are I don't know, 1,500 people or 1,600 people or whatever that are fans of that page are almost certainly not people connected to me on Twitter. There's probably 100 that are, but the rest of them are new people. Now, it doesn't mean they're not on Twitter, but they now see in my stream that goes through there that I am on Twitter, so they might come and find me. And also because it's on Facebook, some of their friends might see it, or they might see it and like it on Facebook, which alerts their friends. And if I'm using keywords that resonate with their friends, they're going to come across and see who the heck I am.
Okay.
So by giving it a greater berth of not just Twitter, I'm actually holding a flag up that basically says, find me here.
Yeah. You see, what I'm doing at the minute, I'm sending my retweets out to my three, so Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But interestingly, I just want what you mentioned there about, is your Twitter stream, the people in your Twitter stream, different than the people in your LinkedIn? Is that what you were saying?
Probably.
Yeah,
I know
'cause
there
mine
are
won't be
some
that.
overlap ones.
It doesn't, and that doesn't make any difference.
No, because they'll
Okay.
filter it. If they're going to see it in two places, the chances are they're going to filter it. If it's absolutely of interest to them, they'll pick it up. It's like a television or a radio advert. How many of those in a day go past us? And yet, when you come down to sit down for dinner later on, how many can you remember? Only
Sure.
those ones that absolutely hit a nerve are the ones you're going to remember. And by using a hashtag, the chances are your target market will spot that. So you're giving them more opportunity to, have a tag to hang on to. Yeah?
All right. Yeah.
So they're all going to go out to there.
Yeah.
There is every possibility people are going to come across to see who the heck you are. So if any of my connections have anything to do with CIPD, they're going to come and check you out. Yeah?
Alrighty. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I'm going to post that. So who in your connections, and I'm not saying necessarily your new ones, I'm saying anybody in your world, who would they know that would potentially be a connection? So, for example, in all of the guys from the F7 program, starting a conversation online with, say, Matt,
Yeah.
and asking him a question publicly on Twitter that said, do you know anybody? So, for example, if there's an awards coming up for CIPD, you can go and publicly ask, do you know anybody that I could nominate for this? And then use the hashtag for CIPD and ask it publicly of somebody who may have other connections. So it could be on Facebook, or it could be on Twitter, or it could be on LinkedIn, that you're actually tagging these people. In fact, you could do all of them. Now, if you're tagging on Facebook, it's slightly different to actually get the tag to stick.
Okay, well, let's leave Facebook for the minute, but let's just, so if we're just talking about Twitter at the minute, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this whole thing about getting in conversations, the only time I've done it is, I think, via posts on LinkedIn, where there's been an article. I'm trying to think where I've done it. I've only done it a couple of times, but I mean, it's not got anywhere in terms of continuing conversation. So there's been a comment, and I've put my comment back on it, and it could have been about 360-degree feedback, or anything like that. And I've done it 2 or 3 times, and that's what you're meaning about a conversation, is it?
So last night, and this doesn't have a hashtag, and it actually came out to Twitter accidentally. I posted it on Facebook and forgot to untick the Twitter thing. So a question of sport happened to be on because my husband was watching it, and I randomly posted out about some guy trying to build a flat pack thing in the round of where they're trying to work out who the heck the person is. And they showed the guy reading the instructions. And men don't read the instructions when they're building a flat pack. They just get all the stuff out all over the floor and then start building it. That was a perception of what a man does.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I posted that, and I accidentally sent it out to Twitter as well. And Rick picked up on it and made a comment. But I also had comments on Facebook for it as well. Now, this is a silly thing, and it's, it just shows you, though, that I don't know Rick in any other capacity but in business. And I've only met him because I spoke at an event. Whereas on Facebook, the people who were interacted were Dave and Angie, I think, or people that I know very, very well, interacted on Facebook. But on Twitter, Rick's a business contact. So that one comment last night was in no way, shape or form anything to do with business. It was me being very slightly controversial.
Well, yeah, or just having fun.
And having a bit of fun, and that's exactly what it was all about, really. It's been a hefty week, and I thought I'd chill for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no.
So you've got to think of, and I know it's not easy, what can you talk about online that is going to get interaction like that? Because it doesn't have to be all, in fact, it should never be all business.
Yeah, okay. So you're thinking of things that you could ask people to get advice on, or whatever it might be. And it doesn't. And if it links to one of my, like my gardening, skiing, sailing type things, that's the okay.
When you're looking through the profiles of people that you're connecting to, can I suggest you have a notepad that's got your interests on it? So gardening as one heading, skiing as another, sailing as a third. And when you come across a potential contact that has any of the interests that you've listed, might I suggest that you write their name underneath there? And if you keep a keen interest on those people, and if you happen to post something out, and try and tie the two together. So let's have a think how we could do this. If, for example, you're off to are there events for CIPD that you guys go to?
No, not really. No, we don't tend to do the big events. We've done them in the past, but we're not doing them now. They're too expensive and they don't yield result as an exhibitor.
Okay, so but you would know when they were coming up. So putting a question out there that says, "Is there anybody going to #CIPD?" and then the link to the event. So just putting those questions out into the atmosphere, you're watching to see who's going to come back. So you're not necessarily saying you're exhibiting at them, but what you are saying is it's your world and you're interested in who's going. Because what you could then suggest is you meet up for a coffee or
Yeah, okay. All right.
yeah,
Okay, it's just thinking the wider use. All right. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
excellent. Right, there's two sites that I want you to go and check out.
Hmm.
One of them is hastags.org, which
Yeah.
I'll give you the link to in a second. And we're going to see what comes up on here for your hashtag CIPD. Let me just get rid of that a minute. Right, can you see that our hashtag for CIPD is already in the hastags.org graph? But what you can also see on here is people using that hashtag very quickly in a list. And when the peak, it will give you the stats for when the peak.
So just let me. So on these people that like you've got you at the top, then Amanda Hill, then accountancy, blah blah blah. These are people that are searching under hashtag.org.
Yeah, no, these are people
No.
using the hashtag CIPD.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is all in date order.
Right.
So that was 6 minutes ago that they were posted through my accounts. And they're all in date order. Whereas you won't get very many, these are the very last ones that are mentioning CIPD. Yeah?
And to do if I log, and I won't do it now, but if I log on this, it will. Oh no, no, I understand. I've got it now. Yeah, it's just showing those people CIPD. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah, understand. Yeah.
And there's another site that will also give you useful information on hashtags that you're using, and that's TWUBs. And these are groups of people. Now, I haven't done the hashtag on here for CIPD, but I'm going to do it. Now, these are groups of people that are using it. Again, it's giving slightly different results with certain things, and these are a lot older.
Yeah,
So
that Rapid BI guy is one that I'm following. He's following me, I think.
yeah, so is he a good guy that you can interact with
Well,
and maybe
well, I don't know. I mean, this is all new stuff, and this is I've not got anything going on this bit, but they came out of the pick out your big hitters list,
right?
and they were people with big numbers. I mean, like the one, you asked us to look out for somebody. There's one I've got here. Oh, we'll go into that later on anyway. Well, actually, we've got to think about time. It's 11:30.
Yeah,
You've done your half hour, mate.
I have. So those two sites there, and let me just put them both in the group so you've got them, are good sites for you to investigate in. So I've got something for you to do. I can't spell hashtag. How rubbish am I today?
Don't worry about it.
Right, so that's one of them, which I'll post, and the other one is hashtags.org, which I'll also post in a minute. So I want you to schedule. How many posts did you get out yesterday? Or how many
I got it.
retweets did you get out yesterday?
What I did, I retweeted 5. One was yesterday afternoon and 4 are today, and I've scheduled another 5 for tomorrow this morning, first thing.
Fantastic. Is there anything out there that you could personally send out from yourself rather than retweeting? Because what I'd like.
Well, sorry.
No, go on.
So one of the ones I retweeted one that I did a little while ago. Actually, it was just about social media and mobile communication. Because I was finding, and again, it's just this understanding what you can and what is sensible to send out.
Yeah.
Is that I was going through this stuff and I thought, there's nothing that really ticks my box and all this, but I've got to think broader than where I have been, and that's just experience. So I thought, no, I want to get this out. So I did the 5, but I just need to broaden my horizon then.
So look in your home feed. So
Yeah.
hopefully your home feed is mostly the people talking in your world, and see what they're talking about. So there are times when you're going to retweet something, yeah,
Mm.
but there are also times when, let me just have a quick look at mine and I'll show you what I mean. When
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
just going to see an article. So there's an article that Mick's putting out. So I'll go and have a look at his. No one, because it's not giving me the right one. On Scoop It, that says when is the best time to post out. So this is go away. I don't want all this garbage. Right. So this particular article has been scooped by Mick. Yeah. And there's lots and lots of stuff in here, but the one that I wanted isn't actually showing up, which was when was the best time to post out. So I would go into the article itself and I would pick it up. So that one's a good one. There's lots of people out there with.
Oh, so you can go into that and just pick that one piece out, can you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know because I've been looking at that sort of stuff where you get this sort of article page up from a magazine or whatever it might be. I
Mm.
think, well, if I send that, I wouldn't read all that unless it's about the subject header. I would just leave it. For me, that's just selling kit. It's just nonsense.
Yeah, no, you just click straight in. So I've got one that's, I've got varying ones that all these do is they collate your content. So I have one on Rebel Mouse, which all it does is you set it up once, and Twyla's the same. You set it up once, and what it does is it goes through your content that you've posted out, and it creates that magazine look, if you like. Yeah, so this is my content at the moment. I reposted this morning that David sent out, and people have already interacted with it on me. I can keep stuff on here and say, well, take it off and say freeze a post in a particular place. But when somebody else lands on this page, they can just click through to any of the articles on here and share them separately.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, all right. Well, I'll bear that one in mind. But just, cause I'm going to keep on track with where we are. So
Yeah.
now I know then that I can go into the pick up an article,
Yes.
just select it, and then put it into the tweet that I'm sending out.
But make sure that you find a selection of hashtags that suit your world. So overnight, I'd like you to see if you can find 2 more hashtags that are being used by the people you want to connect with or the people who know them. So you've got coaches and mentors, and they are almost certainly going to have hashtags. You've probably got learning and development, so there'll be hashtags in those fields. And I want you to start in at least 50% of your tweets that go out, put out a hashtag of some description.
Okay, so was it? Okay, so yeah, learning development. Just find a couple of three of those,
Yep,
and
so
on a retweet or a tweet, whichever it might be, add those into it as it might be of interest to them.
yes.
Okay,
So can
all
you
right.
post them tomorrow in the group for the others so they see the hashtags that you've identified? And if you found more, that's great. Can you also keep doing the 5 a day of retweets, and can you add to that at least one of your own content?
Okay, so I'm good. So one. I know you can put this up, but I always write things down.
That's fine.
So one tweet of my own content.
Yeah.
Two is find 2/3 hashtags relevant to our world. 3, keep sending out 5. Tweet, yeah. What was the other thing? Is there something else you mentioned there?
Hang on. I'm just writing these down for you. So you've got 3 minimum hashtags relative to your own world. one piece of content to go out with hashtags where, if possible.
So not a retweet, but something I picked up that's original but not retweeted. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So what did I say? So 3 pieces of yeah, and I said you had to post them in the group so everybody else could see them. So minimum 3 hashtags relevant to your world.
Oh, you post the tweets in the group?
No, just the hashtags.
I'll put yeah.
And can you? Oh yeah, earlier I did say, can you find one person you can try and start a conversation with?
Yeah, I found that. I've got that.
And actually find out as much as you can about them.
Well, listen. I'll read that to you because
Yeah.
this is a lady. She's in the UK. She's called Julie Kay. Bio says learning and leadership, improving individual and team performance. She's sent out 19,000 tweets. She's got 130,000. She's following 130,000. Has got 115,000 followers.
Okay, that's a good person.
Well, she's in our world, and she's got a big spread of stuff. So
yeah.
what I've got to do now is go into her stuff, find some things of interest, and make a comment back on it.
Yes. It's a bit like stalking.
Yeah, okay. Do you know, it's this time issue. It is a time issue. I know it probably gets quicker as you go along, but my goodness me, it's.
Now you can.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked earlier that it's the thought process change, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of this will become autopilot. It's like the first time you get in your car and you see all the knobs and the stuff, and you think, oh, really?
Yeah. No.
Okay, so I've written all that down for you. I've also written down about start your list of potential things to talk about, because you're going to have those. I would put them in a little notebook in your pocket. It's the same as having a blogging list. Because, something that you find to talk about on Twitter could become a blog. So if you have a little list of interesting articles that you find, or interesting things from anywhere, from anything. If something particularly strikes your fancy and gets you, you will talk about it with enthusiasm and people will enjoy it more.
So really, what I should potentially do is look up something like Royal Horticultural Society, RHS.
Yeah.
And have a hashtag, say, for RHS, for, male numpties in the garden, what do we do wrong, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you've got lots and lots of things to do. I now have to put a list of things for you guys for the next week. Because
because next week's not going to happen, is it really?
Well, I'm in Germany. I'm flying out at some ridiculous hour in the morning to Germany.
Yeah.
Never allow a man to book a flight for you. And we're in Germany till Sunday evening, and I will be back 10, 11 o'clock Sunday night. I'm back here in the UK Monday, so I will make sure you all have things to do, because I am here Monday, so that's fine. I can do
Are
whatever.
we going to do this webinar on Monday then?
If you want to, we can do Monday without question, without a problem. Tuesday through to Thursday, I am in Poland.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Which is a pain in the neck, but that's cool.
I think really, I mean, and I posted about, in terms of internet connection, all those possible difficulties, maybe it's as well to leave that.
That's fine.
Tuesday to Thursday.
And Chris suggested that we pick it back up on Friday, and I'm back Friday anyway, so that's fine. But I could potentially do Monday, if that's okay. Or is Chris away?
No, Chris is away. He's not back until Tuesday. Why don't we leave it until Friday?
Whatever you're comfortable with, Peter. But I will.
Leave it until Friday, because I think it's important that Chris is. He's whilst he's very much further ahead than I am. He gets as much out of it as I'm doing. I have to say, I like this bite-sized chunk bits. So I don't read and understand too easily, particularly, and this is a complete mystery to me. So this sort of do this, do that at the beginning is okay. I'm happy with this.
So, with what we've covered today, are you comfortable that it's doable?
Yeah. I'll fiddle around with it. That's no problem.
Are
Don't worry.
you? Do you understand the reasoning behind it?
Yes. Oh no. I've got I get there slowly. I'm a bit like a very old steam train going up a hill, but
That's cool because
it,
I wouldn't want to be giving you stuff that you're thinking, oh God, I don't know why the hell I'm doing this or what the hell I'm doing.
no. No. This is not too taxing or too arduous. I
Excellent.
can do all that stuff.
Okay, dokie.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna stop the record button. I am gonna render this immediately to make sure the blinking thing works,
Okay.
and I'll try and post it up into the group in a bit, and I'll try and catch up with Chris later on.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for your time, and have a good trip. And we'll speak to you Friday probably. But
Oh,
clear that down with Chris.
yeah, that's cool. And you'll see me online anyway, so don't panic too much.
All right, Bobby.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye
Bye.
bye.